Today I'm trying neurographic art, which is a drawing technique that reduces stress and calms your brain down. I'm spraying my watercolors beforehand just to give them time to activate while we do the neurographic art. And I am chasing the lid of my spray bottle with my marker for this to do those lines. And the tutorial that I watched for this had a marble and they were chasing the marble. I don't have a marble, so I'm improvising with this lid. And neurographic art has proven to reduce anxiety, which is something I need because my brain likes to think a lot. And honestly, just chasing this lid with my marker was proving to be so much fun. I wanted to do this forever, for a very long time. This was a lot of fun, and also I did it from all the different sides of the page just to get a variety of design and those cells. If you find chasing an object stressful, then you don't have to do it. You can just draw some lines, some squiggly lines on your page with your marker and end up with cells. But I really had a lot of fun doing this. At this point, I had a lot of cells and a lot of lines, so I decided to stop, and now it's time to round off those edges to make them all curvy and smooth. And this is what's supposed to relax your brain more. And this took me quite a while. This took me about 30 to 35 minutes. I did not rush this process, and there's no point of rushing this process because the purpose is to calm down your brain and not think about your problems. And I have to tell you, this was some kind of magic because all those 35-40 minutes, my brain was not thinking about my problems. I was so focused on making the line smooth and making these beautiful cells in my pattern, in my page, that my brain just stopped thinking about my problems altogether. And that's a big win for me. And when I was making these cells, I started to see different shapes and different things in the patterns. At one point, I saw some butterfly wings and I was tempted to do just a butterfly and leave the other cells alone. You can do whatever you want. If you decide to stop, if you want to stop at one point, you can just stop making these cells and leave the rest alone. But then I decided to do the whole page and really commit to it. So I continued doing the cells, and I also did kind of a border because I was rounding off the cells on all sides. It kind of formed a border along the page. You can tell from here there's this line that's going on the other page as well. So it formed a really nice border for me, and this was very nice. It really calmed me down. I forgot to mention you need a permanent marker, something that does not bleed, especially if you're using watercolors, and now it's ready to color in. When I started coloring it in, I was not thinking about what colors will go together or look good together. I think it's kind of a momentum in your brain. Like I stopped caring in the first and second step of this process of this art, and then my brain just went with the momentum of not caring at all. And I wasn't thinking about the colors at all. I was just doing whatever. And I started with one color and I filled in some cells with that, and then I did another and then another. And I was like a kid in just coloring in a coloring book. And honestly, it felt really, really good. It was nice to be carefree and do whatever. This is why I don't make serious and realistic art. It's just too serious and I have to be very careful, and it just stresses me out. And this is what it was turning out like, and it was so beautiful, and it started looking like stained glass at the end, which I was very surprised at. I don't know why. I don't know what I was expecting, but it started looking like this beautiful stained glass. I have to mention I did not get very sharp corners because of the brush, because the brush was too soft. But if you use acrylic markers with this, you will get really sharp and nice corners, but that does not bother me. If it bothers you, maybe use acrylic markers or other markers. But this is it. This is what it looks like at the end, and it was so much fun. I highly encourage you to try this too. It really helps with anxiety and stress, and it's also just a lot of fun, which is great. I mean, that's what I'm looking for, and I'll see you next time. Take care.